This is the PuroAir HEPA 14 Air Purifier, and in this video, I want to do a quick unboxing and setup and give my first impressions of this. So right out of the box, the first thing is going to be this styrofoam piece, and right underneath that, we're going to have a baggie with some manuals, and finally, the purifier itself. Here's a closer look at the Air Purifier. We're going to have the logo up top, PuroAir, and it's going to be in a nice black casing. Taking the sticker off reveals all the capacitive touch buttons that we'll reveal shortly. Now, taking a look at the bottom, this is where the filter is going to be. So just grabbing the handle and turning it counterclockwise and pulling out reveals the filter itself, and it's going to be in this plastic packaging. So this is going to be a HEPA 14 filter, which is going to be one of the top tier ones, and the reason being is because it captures up to 99.99% of fine particles, all the way down to a size of 0.1 microns. So really, really small. And this is going to be up to 10 times more powerful than the next best thing, which is the HEPA 13 filter. And the important thing about this filter is that it's going to have 3 layers, or as PuroAir calls it, its unique triple purification technology. And basically the first layer, which is going to be this mesh, is going to be the pre-filter screen. It's going to be the first level that goes and intercepts large particles that are like hair, fiber, dust, or dander. And the second layer is going to be the HEPA 14 filter itself. And this, of course, is going to go ahead and be efficient at removing up to 0.1 microns. And this includes stuff such as smoke, pollen, viruses, and common pollutants. And now comes time for the third layer, which is going to be the one on the inside. It's going to be the black one, and PuroAir calls this the high-efficiency activated carbon, which purifies formaldehyde and other gaseous pollutants. And now the filter can be put back inside the air purifier, and the lid can be closed up, making sure to move it clockwise to go ahead and lock it in place. And now taking a look at the bottom, there's going to be this tag with extra information on PuroAir, and when we go ahead and look at the feet, it's going to have some foam padding, which is really good just because this is going to go ahead and protect it from scratching any surfaces that it's placed on. And here you can see I can go ahead and slide it easily across the table. So I found the perfect spot for the air purifier, but for this to work optimally, it has to be at least 8 inches away from any wall. So in this case, let me move it a little bit more to the right and a little bit more forward. And now I can go ahead and plug it in. And the first time I plug it in, it's going to go ahead and beep, and it's going to go ahead and cycle through all the different colors, and then it'll shut off. And now to turn it on, I can just press the power button, just like so. And now within a few seconds, it's going to go ahead and calibrate and let me know what my air quality is. And so red would indicate poor air quality, yellow would indicate moderate, and green would indicate acceptable. And in this case, it's acceptable, which I'm pretty happy about. And now it's currently in auto mode, so whenever you turn it off and turn it back on, it's always going to remain in auto. So this is automatically going to adjust fan speed depending on what your air quality is. Of course, if it's poor quality, it's going to go to the highest air speed. And if I want to change the airspeed myself, all I have to do is just press this button and just cycle through the different air speeds. And now I'm going to go ahead and go to the low one. And here's the low airspeed. And now what I want to do is to see how loud it gets. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on my decibel reader. And it gets up to 47.4 decibels. And now medium airspeed. 56.2 decibels, and finally high airspeed. 68.8 decibels. And when I press the button one more time, it's going to go into sleep mode. So in sleep mode, the fan's going to run at low speed and all other indicators are going to go ahead and turn off. Just like so. And now taking a look at the right side, we're going to have a timer. So let me go ahead and put back to low speed. And then here, when I go ahead and press it, it's a timer for 2 hours, 4, 6, or 8. And if I press it again, the timer is off. And the important thing is that this does have a child safety lock. So suppose you have a timer set for 4 hours and you don't want anybody to accidentally touch it or move it. You just have to hold this button here for 5 seconds. And it's going to go ahead and beep. And now it's locked. So no matter what I press, it's not going to move. And if I press this button here, it blinks for 3 seconds, or it blinks 3 times and then goes back. And nothing changes. And of course, the only way to go ahead and unlock it would be to hold this again for another 5 seconds. It beeps, and then I can go ahead and change it, and I can turn it off. And the last thing is going to be the replace filter button. So this is going to go ahead and light up when you need to replace your filter. And after the filter is replaced, this has to be held for 5 to 10 seconds, and it's going to go ahead and reset the filter sensor. So like any product, this is going to also require maintenance, and this is going to be real easy because it's just going to be cleaning. So for starters, it has to be unplugged, And then with a dry cloth, don't wet it, just go ahead and clean the outside of it. And this is basically to prevent any dust accumulation on the outside. And this can also be cleaned on the inside. So just like before, we can go ahead and remove the filter by turning it counterclockwise, taking the filter out. And then once again, it can be wiped on the inside just like so. And now the filter, of course, this can't be cleaned. This has to be replaced when the time comes. But for now, I'll put it back in, then close it up. And of course, the reason for cleaning it is because a lot of dust can accumulate over here with a lot of use. And this is where it's going to be intaked from. And then taking a look up top, this is where the air is going to shoot out from. So overall, I'm pretty happy about this air purifier. It's real simple to use. It doesn't take up a lot of space. And it does look pretty stylish as well too from the looks of it. It's pretty low key. Now this is definitely going to go ahead and work very well in households if you have like kids, if you have a lot of dust that accumulates, or in my case, I have pets, or a pet, which is a cat tiger, so it can get pretty dusty with a bunch of his hair around, and it can cause allergies. So this would be like the perfect solution for it. But yeah, if you're looking for an air purifier, something relatively small that does go ahead and that's able to go ahead and purify over 1,000 square feet, then definitely check this one out by PuroAir.